Sam Altman inspired this episode. Let me tell you a little about Sam Altman, okay? Let me give you some quotes. Quote number 1, I hate ads. I think ads plus AI is sort of uniquely unsettling to me. Sam Altman, January 2024. We have no plans to put ads in ChatGPT. Sam Altman, March 2024. May 2024, I kind of think of ads as like a last resort for us as a business model. February 9th, 2026, OpenAI introduces ads in ChatGPT for free or go subscription tiers.
Can I tell you another story about the arc of advertising? It's not an A, Altman, it's a B, Bezos.
Bezos? Jeffrey Bezos, our close personal friend?
Yeah, a small yet emerging and maybe potentially important going forward company called Amazon. He says in 2009, advertising is the price you pay for having an unremarkable product. That's
Wow.
2009. Fast forward to 2018, he has a change of heart. And Amazon is now one of the absolute biggest advertisers in the world. They have a huge ad product themselves that is one of the absolute most profitable parts of their business.
Huh. It's funny, now that you're mentioning this example, it's kind of making me think about this other guy. Have you ever heard of this guy, Mark Zuckerberg? You
From
familiar with
A
this
to
guy?
B to Z, Zuckerberg.
He's the CEO of a company called Meta, once called Facebook. In the mid 2000s, he made it clear that Facebook is quote unquote not about ads. He said that they would go to great lengths to limit ads and make sure Facebook is user centric. Flash forward, a decade or two, not even. I think it was actually just a couple of years. I believe Facebook may have an ad business. Does Facebook have an ad business, Johnny?
Yeah, but I think margins are only like 99%.
Zuckerberg made a lot of splashes with his recent comment of, we're going to get to a point where you come to us. You tell us what your objective is. You don't need any creative. You don't need any targeting demographic. You don't need any measurement except to be able to read the results that we spit out. In other words, he's now actually like building the future of advertising and like an advertising prophet from an advertising skeptic to an advertising prophet. So there's a key through line here, right? Everyone hates advertising until they need to scale their large language model business or scale their e-commerce business or scale their social network business, right?
I mean, the person I think is the most compelling on this topic, actually, who does not have this point of view is Ben Thompson, who's the analyst from Stratechery, has his own newsletter. But he has written extensively about how useful ads are in building a fast-growing, accessible to rich and poor people alike global business. I mean, and so he's been pushing OpenAI to basically advertise for a long time. I mean, his argument is actually that OpenAI didn't introduce ads early enough. If they had introduced it earlier, they weren't like this, so ideological about it. They would have grown faster. They would have been able to outflank Anthropic more. Like that to me is a very compelling way to think about it.
Yeah. And then, by the way, when Anthropic finally got the opportunity to have a Super Bowl ad, what feature? Anthropic, Claude, one of the greatest products of all time. What is the product feature they chose to play up in their Super Bowl ad?
We don't have ads.
We don't have ads,
Yeah,
right?
It was basically an ad where they hired some guy who looks like Sam Altman and criticized the fact that they have ads, which nobody cares about. Like people love Facebook, they love Google, they love these ad-driven products. Like it's ridiculous to take that point of view.
Also, let's just take a moment to reflect on the fact they wanted to talk trash about how ChatGPT has ads and how bad ads are, so they bought a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah, it's right.
It's an ad.
I didn't even think about the irony
it's
of it.
an
Right.
ad about how terrible advertisements are, right? So it's just like the double speak and hypocrisy of all the leaders of these industries about advertising. It's very painful as someone who's worked in advertising his entire career, right?
I guess here's a word of advice for the next OpenAI.
Yeah.
Or the next Anthropic. Don't criticize advertising, because guess what? Either you will become an advertising business or you'll take out ads to criticize an advertising business.
Right,
So put away the hypocrisy and start putting out the ads.